Okay, so I'm James Vlahos. I'm a writer. I work for publications like the New York Times Magazine. I'm also working on a book about conversational computing, which hopefully will be out in about a year and a half or so. So forever in technology. Extra time. This is my dad, John Vlahos. His parents immigrated from Greece when they were in the 20s. They settled in the Central Valley of California. My dad, growing up, liked riding his bike, drama, baseball, and exploring caves near his house. He met my mom. They married. They went on the Hawaiian vacation, got a nice house in the suburbs, Berkeley, and the cool car. Yeah, really. Okay, family photos. So my sister Jennifer, born in 1968. I was born in 1970. My brother Jonathan, born in 1975. And as a family, of course, have had many happy memories, the kinds of things you put in a photo album. Some things you don't put in a photo album. So this past spring, this is where we get dark, we got called to the hospital. My dad was there because he had possibly suffered from a heart attack. It turned out not to be a heart attack, and that was actually the bad news because what he had was lung cancer, stage 4, that had widely metastasized throughout his body, organs, spine, brain, etc., and he was given a life expectancy of less than a year. So this is my dad, and when you find out someone you love is dying, the thing you want to do is you grab on and you hold on to them. So we started doing this oral history project where we sat down with him and had him tell us his story, recorded it, got it professionally transcribed, resulting in this 200-page binder of text. Fascinating resource, but also a very inert and inaccessible one. It lives in this binder. It's about him, but it's not him. So also in this past year, I worked on this big story about Hello Barbie, which was created using the pull string platform. And I decided to use the same platform to create a chatbot version of my dad to tell his story. So it's organized. You have kind of a conversation hub when you enter it. Then you're routed off on spokes to these different parts of his life, basically, depending on what you want to talk about. So his ancestors, his jobs, meeting my mom, funny jokes. And then within any given category, there are a dozen or more questions and tense, just ways the conversation can go, depending on what the user wants to know about, and he will share his stories with you. So the bot is set up, so one of the first things DadBot does is find out who he's talking to, and that way he can serve up content that is actually specific to you. So this example, he knows that my brother and I, when we went to Greece, didn't go visit our grandfather's village and instead trashed the hotel. So the conversation goes on tracks for the most part, but that can feel a little less magic than I wanted it to. So I'm building a huge library of just intense things that the user can say, ask at any time, and my dad knows. I'm also trying to make him emotionally perceptive to a degree. So he asks how you are, and for anything that's a common thing he's going to answer to, he has 6 to 12 different ways to say the same thing, again, for more variety. I wanted it to have his knowledge, but as importantly, to kind of talk like him. So I programmed all these things, his distinctive sayings. Like if he doesn't like you or doesn't like someone, he says, "You flame from every orifice." So that'll be in there. So the question is, what was I going to talk about on this slide? I really don't remember, so I'm just going to keep rolling with it. I think it is, where can we go with this, and will companies adopt this kind of personality technology? And my feeling is yes, because as products become materially similar, companies differentiate on persona and personality, as I experienced on my recent Virgin Atlantic flight. And we'll just pause to enjoy my artwork. Okay, people have been trying to create machines that are lifelike for hundreds of years, and science fiction repeatedly tells us, don't do it, like it's going to end badly. And I can say with the DadBot, I've thought of dozens of reasons to myself not to do it. I don't even really know what I fear more, that like it's just going to totally suck, or that it's going to be just good enough to be like really creepy. And so I thought it all through and just decided, fuck it. Do it anyway. I showed it to my son recently. He played with it, and he got it right away. He said, this is like talking to Siri, and this is so you can talk to your dad after he's dead. Thank you.